You'll never look at your body the same way again after this. Thousands of years ago, Thoth revealed something that most of us have forgotten. The soul doesn't just land in a random body. It chooses. Every part of you, your hands, your voice, the shape of your eyes, your laugh is not some genetic accident. These are vibrational signatures, keys that your soul selected before you were even born. Not for vanity, not for aesthetics, but because they are the exact instruments you needed to fulfill your soul's specific mission. Your body is not broken, it's not a trap, it's not a mistake. It's a carefully tuned instrument built to balance what your soul still needed to experience. But that's just the surface, because this choice wasn't made in some whimsical flash. According to the ancient Hermetic teachings, it was made in a sacred space that exists beyond time, a place where your entire soul journey was visible all at once. And it's to that place we're going now. Imagine this a realm where time collapses, no calendars, no clocks, just pure knowing. The past, the future, and every possible path are laid out like a great map. Every decision you've made, every fear you've carried, every gift you've cultivated, they're all right there pulsing in energetic clarity. This realm is known in Hermetic philosophy as the Hall of the Two Truths. But don't picture some physical hall with marble columns or cosmic doorways. This isn't a place made of walls. It's a vibrational field, a state of total awareness where the soul, free from the body, sees itself without distortion. No judgment, no fear, just truth. It's like being shown your truest reflection, not the one you show others, not even the one you believe in, but the full, raw, luminous truth of who you've been and who you're becoming. In that field, your soul sees the paths it walked in lifetimes, before what it mastered, what it avoided, what still remains incomplete. Maybe it saw moments where it used power without wisdom, or where it chose silence instead of standing up. Maybe it saw joy unexpressed or love withheld. The point is, your soul got clarity, not punishment. And from that clarity, a decision was made. Not by a judge, not by karma, not by fate, by you. Your soul chose its next step, and with that choice came the body you now inhabit. But here's where it gets interesting. That choice wasn't about picking the most attractive body, or the strongest, or the easiest life. It was about vibrational alignment. Your soul asked, what kind of body will best help me experience what I haven't yet understood? Maybe in a past life you leaned too much on strength. Now you need sensitivity, so you chose a body that invites softness. Maybe you've lived in comfort and avoided struggle. Now you need resilience, so you picked a life that demands it. Maybe you've hidden from emotional intensity, so now you've been given a more open heart. The body is like a tuning fork, and your soul tuned it carefully for the song you came here to sing. Thoth said this process is like preparing an instrument before a sacred concert. You wouldn't pick just any instrument. You'd pick the one that could express exactly what needed to be heard. That's what your body is. That's why no detail is random. Your height, the way you move, the sound of your voice, even your metabolism, all of it carries a vibrational imprint. And that imprint connects past experiences to your current path. But it doesn't stop with your physical form. Thoth said your soul didn't just choose your body, it chose your environment, your family, your culture, your timeline. Because what good is the right instrument if the setting doesn't allow you to play the music? Everything you're surrounded by, the people who shaped you, the situations that challenged you, the social context you grew up in was part of the design. Not to make life easy, but to make growth possible. Your soul didn't come for comfort, it came for balance, and it knew that balance can only be found through friction. So when you look at your life and think, this is unfair, why was I born into this? Why does it feel so heavy? Remember, your soul saw the entire map, and it chose this moment, this setting, this body because it gave you the best chance to grow. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. The Hall of the Two Truths isn't a courtroom. It's a mirror. It doesn't shame or punish. It reflects. And from that reflection, you chose this incarnation, not as a victim, but as a conscious being seeking vibrational harmony. And this leads to a deeper truth. Your body isn't just a shell, it's a response. It's a vibrational response to everything your soul lived before. Your physical challenges, your emotional tendencies, your strengths and your struggles. They're not flaws, they're tools. And when you begin to see your body that way, as a vibrational interface, not a limitation, everything changes. Thoth taught that matter is not separate from spirit. Matter is simply vibration that is slowed down enough to become visible. Every part of your body is shaped by the frequency your soul was vibrating at the moment you chose to descend into physical form. Let that sink in. Your body is not generic. It's sculpted, not by biology alone, but by the energetic signature of your soul. Sure, genetics play a role, but genetics are just the physical medium, the real blueprint that comes from your soul's vibration. So if you've ever looked in the mirror and wished you were taller, thinner, stronger, or had different features, pause. Because your body is not a mistake. It is a living map, a code that when deciphered reveals what your soul came here to do. Why are some people naturally athletic? Why are others naturally empathetic? Why do some move through the world with fire and others with water? None of that is random. It's alignment. Your soul didn't just pick a body, it picked a vehicle. The exact structure that would help you navigate the terrain you came here to explore. Even what you consider a weakness, whether it's a chronic condition, a sensitivity, or a limitation, wasn't given to punish you. It was chosen to shape you. Because if your path were too easy, you might never look deeper. You might never develop the emotional depth, resilience, or compassion that only challenge can awaken. Thoth said that every part of your form carries meaning. Your hands, your eyes, your voice, they're all extensions of your frequency. Even your feet don't just support your weight, they connect you to the vibrational field of the earth. Everything about your body was designed to express something sacred about who you truly are. So what if you stopped seeing your body as something to fix and started seeing it as something to decode? Because within you right now is a vibrational blueprint waiting to be activated. And what's hidden inside your physical form may just be the most sacred teaching of all. Now let's go deeper. If your body is a vibrational map designed by your soul, then where does it lead? Thoth said that beyond the visible form, there are inner portals, gateways hidden in your very anatomy. These aren't mythical or metaphorical, they're energetic centers, organs, and systems that act as spiritual instruments. They don't just keep you alive, they carry messages, and each one is connected to a deeper lesson your soul came here to learn. Start with your heart. You've probably been told it's just a muscle pumping blood, but the ancient Hermetic teachings saw it differently. The heart is the throne of your soul's highest virtues: compassion, courage, love. When your heart is open, your whole energetic system aligns. But when it's blocked by fear, grief, or resentment, the body feels it. The energy starts to stagnate. Thoth called it vibrational interference. Your lungs, they're not just air sacs. They are the portals of emotional flow. Every inhale is your soul saying yes to life. Every exhale is a release. When you hold your breath consciously or not, you're also holding in fear, sadness, tension. That's why when life feels suffocating, it's rarely physical, it's emotional. The kidneys are the next level. Quiet, often ignored, but powerful. Hermetically, they are the keepers of ancestral fear. They govern your will to move forward. When your kidneys are energetically off, you feel stuck, frozen, hesitant, like you've lost your drive. And then there's the liver, not just a detox organ, but a spiritual transformer. It metabolizes everything: food, emotion, experience. When it's overwhelmed, you feel anger, frustration, emotional chaos. But when it's balanced, you feel steady, clear, grounded. Now here's where Thoth took it further. These organs don't just work in isolation. They respond directly to your emotions, and your emotions respond to your vibration. Let's pause on that, because this might be the most important truth of all. Your emotions are not obstacles, they're messages. They are condensed energy, energy in motion, and they're the key to unlocking the inner gates your soul mapped out for you. Fear doesn't just sit in your mind, it settles in your body. It tightens your gut, freezes your breath, contracts your field. But courage expands. Joy energizes. Gratitude heals. Every emotion you feel carries a frequency, and that frequency either opens or closes the portals within you. So if you're stuck in repeated emotional loops like chronic anxiety, anger, sadness, it's not random. It's vibrational. It means your body's asking you to pay attention, to listen. That's why Thoth said what you feel is what you vibrate, and what you vibrate becomes your field of experience. But we've been taught to suppress, to tough it out, to numb. And that suppression doesn't make the energy disappear, it buries it until your body starts speaking for you through fatigue, illness, tension, imbalance. The key isn't to fight the emotion, the key is to witness it, without judgment, without trying to fix it or push it away. Because once you bring awareness to an emotion, its grip loosens, and your vibration begins to shift. Think about the emotions that repeat most often in your life, the ones you wrestle with silently, the ones that show up again and again. What if those aren't curses but clues? Your soul may have chosen them as the exact frequencies it came here to work through. Which brings us to a sacred truth. Your emotions are the curriculum, your body is the classroom, and your soul is the teacher. So how do you begin to shift your vibration, not with theory, not with philosophy, but with practice? Thoth never taught abstract spirituality. He taught embodied awareness. Simple rituals that align your breath, body, and presence with your soul's energy. The first of these begins at a center the Egyptians called the Jed. This center sits just below your navel in the lower abdomen. It's your energetic anchor, your internal battery. When the Jed is active, your body feels strong, focused, alive. When it's blocked, you feel scattered, exhausted, anxious. The practice begins with conscious breathing. Sit, close your eyes, let your shoulders drop. Now inhale slowly, directing the breath deep into your lower belly. Feel that space expand. Exhale slowly, letting your body relax. Do this without force, just presence. This is your reset button. Every time you breathe like this, you send a message to your nervous system: I'm safe, I'm here, I'm in alignment. But Thoth went one step further. He taught energetic self-massage, a way to awaken the dormant intelligence of your organs. Here's how you do it. Warm your hands by rubbing them together. Place them gently over your chest. Feel the heartbeat. Send the heart intentions of compassion and trust. Move your hands to your abdomen. Gently massage the area around your stomach. Invite peace, grounding, softness. Then move to your lungs. Press gently along your sides. Release any tightness or sadness. Imagine breath flowing freely again. This isn't mechanical, it's energetic. It's about presence. Your intention is what moves energy, not pressure. Every time you touch your body with awareness, you're telling your soul, I'm listening. And that brings us to the sixth key. Your body isn't just a vehicle, it's a temple, a sacred space that must be activated, not just maintained. A place where your soul's energy comes alive, through breath, through silence, through touch. When you do this consistently, something begins to shift. You start feeling different, not just mentally, but physically. Lighter, clearer, more alive. But that brings us to a deeper question. If your body can hold light, if it can be activated to express your highest energy, then why did your soul choose imperfections, limitations, weaknesses? Why not choose a body that's already perfect? Because Thoth said, where there is weakness in matter, there is potential for strength in spirit. Your soul didn't come here for perfection. It came for expansion. And expansion only happens when you're stretched beyond what's comfortable. If everything were easy, you'd never grow, never dig deeper, never awaken the parts of you that only reveal themselves through pressure. That's why many people born with fragility become the most emotionally intelligent. Why those who face chronic conditions often develop incredible intuition and depth. Why people with emotional struggles are often the most spiritually gifted. Every perceived flaw is a gateway, not to suffering, but to awareness. And when you stop resisting those limitations, when you stop seeing your body as a problem and start seeing it as a path, everything changes. You become the alchemist. You transmute what's heavy into what's light, what hurts into what heals. You begin to reclaim the vibrational freedom your soul chose this life for. But how do you stay grounded in this truth when the world constantly pulls you into autopilot? So here you are with the knowledge that your body is a sacred instrument, your emotions are energetic messages, and your life exactly as it is your spiritual path. Now how do you live this truth, not just understand it? Thoth was clear: knowledge without practice is like a flame with no fuel. It glows for a moment, then fades. To sustain that light, you need to live in alignment, daily, consciously. And it begins in the simplest place, your everyday life. You don't need a temple. You don't need to retreat to the mountains. You don't need to become someone else. You need to be here, fully here, in your own skin, in your own breath, in your own body. Because that's where transformation actually happens. Every ordinary moment is a sacred opportunity. Think about your morning. When you open your eyes, what's your first thought? Are you already stressed, distracted scrolling? Or can you take one breath and come home to yourself one breath? That's all it takes to remember I am here, I am alive. This body is not a mistake. Thoth taught that your ordinary life is your greatest spiritual practice. Not in theory, but in practice. It's not what you believe that changes you. It's what you choose moment to moment. Every meal is a ritual. Every step is a ceremony. Every conversation is a mirror. And in every action, you're either strengthening your vibration or scattering it. That's the eighth key. Real spirituality is lived in the body, not outside of it. It's not an escape from the world, but a deeper integration with it. It's using the physical to anchor the spiritual. You don't need to chant ancient words if you can't sit with your own silence. You don't need sacred oils if you're not listening to your body's signals. You don't need another philosophy if you're still treating your body like a problem to fix instead of a temple to honor. Because the truth is, your body isn't keeping you from your spiritual path, it is the path. That's why Thoth said the soul didn't come here to escape matter. It came to illuminate it, to take instincts and turn them into conscious choices, to take chaos and shape it into creation, to take physical life and fill it with presence, meaning, and light. And here's the part most people miss. Your soul can't do any of that without your body. Your body is the bridge, the lamp, the stage where the unseen becomes seen, where vibration becomes form, where potential becomes action. Every breath you take with awareness brings heaven a little closer to earth. Every gesture of kindness, patience, courage, honesty, that's your soul expressing through matter. That's divine intelligence made visible. And that brings us to the ninth key. Your body is not just the vehicle for your soul, it's the agreement your soul made with creation. Before you were born, your soul chose this exact form, not because it was perfect, but because it was aligned. It carries your unique frequency. It echoes your lessons. It reflects your potential. And the soul made a pact: I will come down into this body. I will walk this path. I will learn what I could not learn in any other form. Your task now is not to reject that agreement, but to live it fully. Yes, there will be challenges. This body will feel pain, limitation, desire, fear. But it will also feel joy, expansion, stillness, power. And when you accept all of it, not just the light, but the shadow, you step into your true power. You stop fighting your form, you stop hiding from your frequency, and you start living from a place of deep embodied alignment. But here's where things get difficult. The outside world will try to distract you. The system we live in thrives on disconnection, mental, emotional, physical. It needs you to forget who you are. It needs you to believe your body is flawed, your emotions are weakness, and your worth comes from what you achieve or consume. But you now know the truth. You are not here to escape your body. You are here to activate it, to use it as a vessel for something eternal. And to do that, you must protect your frequency. Not by isolating yourself, but by living consciously in the world. Every time you choose awareness over autopilot breath, over reaction presence, over performance, you're keeping that flame alive. You're honoring the pact your soul made before birth. You're stepping into what Thoth called the sacred alchemy of matter and light. That's the final key. Your life is the ceremony. Your body is the altar. Your soul is the flame. And when those three are aligned, you don't need to be told what your purpose is. You live it. With each breath, each step, each silent moment. And if you've made it this far, it's not by accident. It means something inside you is already remembering. That flame has already been lit. Now say this with me out loud or silently. I accept the body my soul chose. I honor its message. I activate its wisdom. I walk my path with presence. If you want to affirm it in the comments, write, I accept the body my soul chose. It tells the algorithm something powerful is happening here, and it helps others who are ready to remember too. And if you'd like to support this mission, you'll find a link in the first pinned comment where you can contribute and be part of spreading this deeper wisdom to the world. Before you go, I've saved something important for you, A special video that shows how to take everything you just felt and apply it practically step by step. It's showing up on screen now. Click it and let's keep going together. Because the soul's journey didn't end with your birth. It only just began.